In the New Year's sale, Gaijin added 2 new decorators, a snowman and a Christmas tree. These ones, however, are unique. They're the first decorators for ships instead of tanks. The snowman is a coastal ship decorator and was obtained by killing 5 ships with torpedoes, which was a bit annoying, but well worth it. The Christmas tree was obtained by dealing 50,000 damage in blue water ships, which by comparison was pretty simple. The 2 decorators are locked to their specific branches, the snowman only being available on coastal ships and the Christmas tree only being available on blue water ships. They look pretty good and add some visual flair to naval, along with opening the door for more naval decorators in the future. I've got a few ideas for some. Keep in mind, many of these would be under the fictional classification, so if someone wants everything to look realistic, they wouldn't be visible under historic and semi-historic options. We've already got a Christmas tree, so we could get a few normal ones. Palm trees, pine trees, oak trees, just a wide assortment of them. They would be great on Mikuma, since we could finally give the floating island a few trees to suit its camouflage. Chairs, tables, or benches could work, like the bench currently present on Italy's Trento heavy cruiser. A string of life preservers or an inflatable life raft would also be another possible addition, again being something that's currently present on some ships, but could be freely placed anywhere. Anchors are a natural choice, since again, it's something that's already present on ships and would make a good addition. Gaijin could also add some instruments like the ones available on tanks. Instead of a small accordion, why not something a bit larger like a grand piano? Tanks got an animated sparkler decal, which gave me an idea for ships. How about fireworks that go off when a ship is destroyed? They'd fire off vertically from their placement on the ship, going off at some height above it. Weapons decorators are another type that tanks have, and ships could get something similar, just with larger weapons. The one problem with this is that lots of ships already have those larger weapons on them, so it could be a mess for visual clarity on enemy ships. For instance, if a whole Chicago piano was placeable, it would be kinda confusing for an aircraft trying to gauge if they can approach an enemy ship if they're not familiar with every ship in the game. Fake anti-ship missile launchers would be funny, but similarly terrifying if anti-ship missiles were ever added. I don't believe that some people would appreciate the joke of seeing a Great White Fleet Brooklyn with a Tomahawk launcher on each turret, but to each their own. Instead, Gaijin could add racks of replacement barrels, like a bunch of extra 40mm Bofors ones. Some torpedoes could also work, being like torpedo reloads that are left out on the deck for some easy OSHA violations. Piles of spent shell casings could also be added, since those ships fired off quite a few shells as is. Boxes of shells could similarly work. Flagpoles with the flags of countries on them could be similar to the flag decals that are already present, just a short flagpole with the flags of world countries put onto them. These might be more complex to make than the flag decals, so they could start off with the flags of the countries that currently have navies in game, and expand from there if it's possible. For one of the weirder ideas, how about some giant teddy bears? Tanks have a few teddy bear decorators as is, and some larger ones could possibly work for ships. As one last idea, how about ship cats? They could be an animated 3D decorator, which just sits somewhere and occasionally licks itself or something. I don't think that Gaijin would give them AI pathing to where they can walk around the ship or anything, but it could work. They could also add some alternative cats like possums, raccoons, skunks, or other things. Gaijin, please just give me a ship skunk. I'll review the Sukutes if you do anything, just give it to me, please. Of course, in addition to some of these, I would also want some new ship camos. Currently, as far as I can find, there are no non-market skins for any tech tree ships in War Thunder, not counting premium and event vehicles with unlockable skins like the Eugen and Lubeck. However, there are actually some old skins from the closed beta days that still haven't reappeared in-game. Hopefully these can just be re-added to the tech tree ships and not turn into new market skins, since it would be pretty nice to have a few unlockable skins in the tech trees. Overall, adding these new 3D decorators might be minor, but it's pretty nice. Something as simple as letting players customize their vehicles adds a bit of visual variety to matches, something that's abundant in tanks and planes, but has been lacking in naval since, at most, you could add a few tiny decals that can only be seen from close range. Thank you for watching. If you have any ideas, be sure to leave them in the comments. I'll try to pass some of them on to Gaijin if I'm able to. Just please Gaijin, no naval bushes? Please?